injury. And so I asked her, you know, the left one was turning in, so I figured, oh, maybe the right one is the stronger. She's probably right-handed. Ends up she had a hip injury, so just the left one is turning in, even though she's left-handed. The right one isn't, which then maybe, it's, I don't want to diagnose, may have caused some of the knee problems. So what we're trying to do, we'll show her these. She's very high arches, wide forefeet, narrow heels. German. Seems to be the common problem. Let's take this one off. We're showing her two different types of arch supports. We want to fully contact the arch. We're trying to eliminate the pressure on the toes and the heels and keep the body in alignment, because as the muscles get tired, because your body is working too hard to hold those arches up, your tendons tighten up, the big ones in your legs pull tight, and they hurt your feet. So here, arch, metatarsal, keeps the toes separated, cushioning to the outside, because if all of our body weight is going to go over here, because we're going to push up here, we want to cushion the outside. But the question is this high enough? You have another one, more cushion. Higher your arch is, the more cushion you need. Really, the more rigid your foot is. A little stronger. No metatarsal, we could add it. It's not a major problem, it's more of an alignment thing. This also is stronger and will last a little longer, even though the warranty isn't as long. Maybe that's why though, right? I'll say that. The last guy, he's like, no.
Yeah. And I forgot to tell him that I wouldn't film him, I'm just filming Cody. But
next time you should have her stand, show people's feet.
Oh yeah, we can still do that.
Yeah, I guess if she doesn't wear these home.
No. I don't want to wear them home, I'll tell you that right now.
Feeling better, always a good thing. I still want to just show you those house shoes. We don't want you walking barefoot. It's too hard on your body, it's too hard on your injuries, and if your body's working so hard to heal all those other little things that get everyone, and you have a couple injuries, we want you to heal a little faster. And really, all your body does, most of it's healing, 90% of it while you're sleeping. You know, if you notice when you sit down and stop moving, when you get up, you're a little stiff. Your body tries to heal every time you stop moving. But really, when you're sleeping is what it does. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, that ankle falls in, you're like, oh, you know, you really want to put those on. But luckily made by the Germans. For the Germans. For that higher arch. And you don't have to lace these up all the way. I just kind of do to secure them at first. Some people don't like how tight it is around the ankle. So adjust as needed, but we're just going to do it for now. And if it bothers you, let me know. Okay. And feel the difference. Careful. Now, which one do you think you like better?
Well, okay, these feel like there's more cushion.
Which one?
These arches.
Well, they're actually different.
Two
Two different ones. So walk around. Now tell me which one you like. This is the real challenge. Now,
This one feels like it's got more cushion. Right.
and it's stronger. In your left foot. Now, I've been watching you walk. You see how that left foot turns in right there? Go back there and walk back and key on how the feet are turning in. And yeah, see that left foot turn in? And then it almost kicks her foot. As that turns in, that's where the heel slides out. That's why the heel cup's really important. So if the arch isn't strong enough, it'll still slide in more. So now we're going to see if the stronger arch actually helps correct that a little bit. And that's where we need the proper contact, because any variance, the arch support should flex naturally, but when it flexes, it rebounds, it kicks back like the ground does, and that's so your muscles develop properly. Without that, that's where the cement causes that imbalance, muscular imbalance.
What's the cost of the arch supports?
Well, and the reason I don't show these babies right away, and they are the most supportive, is they're the most expensive. They're $75. They usually last longer than most of them. Like I said, even though those have a longer guarantee, I usually go about 2 years. I say twice a life for your athletic shoes. You know, you're a FIA teacher. For you, you know, it's all about how long. You're still working 5 days a week. Is it full time too? So, you know, you're putting on a lot of time. you figure out all the hours versus miles, you could wear these babies out in 3 or 4 months. Probably not. I would say I probably wouldn't go longer than 6 unless you're feeling really good and the shoes seem good. You can even come in here, we can take a look at them. But these should last twice the life, especially this pair. Come in, it is the shoe that supports this. Now while we use the polyurethane, for those high arches, this keeps the arch up from tipping in, but because all your body weight goes to the outside, you can crush your shoes really fast. So this will last longer because that's why it's a little bit more expensive. That's why like all these European shoes, they're $300 are polyurethane. So you'll get more life out of it, but 6, maybe 9 months, but probably because 6, you're way past probably 500 miles in 6 months, and 500 to 600 miles is what we're giving you the rating. You should put them in your and like boots, like those are stiffer. Like I said, anything you can flex in the middle, it makes your body work too hard. It's making your arch work too hard, and you want that to hold it up. That's why the arch is actually only as good as the shoe you put it in. It will upgrade some shoes, but realistically, you'll actually wear the arch out faster because you make it work a lot harder. There are some arches that can't strengthen shoes, but in more like orthotics, this isn't one of them. But yeah, Merrell's hiking boots, all those things are really, they're stiffer and more supportive. And if you can fit them in there, if you can't fit them in there, those shoes might be a little small for you, but they fit right in here perfect. Yeah, which converts to about 11, so and 11D, which is 10.5 11D, so you should be pretty good.
I've worn just New Balance before. Like I usually go to Logan's shoes to get my shoes, and I've worn the New Balance from there. But never with arch supports. Well, it's like that. But I also like shoes that are outside. With best practices here, maintain the health options of this rapidly growing slice of America.
I think it looks a little better. It's tough though, and as you sink in and they mold, they'll be a little more controlling. These will mold your feet. Now here's the thing, you weren't really having a lot of foot pain, and luckily, you've been off your feet, luckily. But when a lot of people have these problems, this is a really important thing. When you show someone right away, I don't show an arch, even if I think this is the right arch for her, I don't show it right away because if these tendons are so tight, if you pull the foot back, you can literally, if they have plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis, it's all caused from the same thing. These pull from the weak points of the connection to the bones. These pull on the ones in the feet, and they're so tight that that's where it tears from the heel. So if you've got a bruise or a pain on your foot, I jam my finger, it's going to hurt pretty bad. So if you put arch supports on someone, and it's maybe the proper one they need, that's sticking out of their foot, everything is still so tight that it pushes up, it'll make it hurt worse, like your feet are on fire. It'll feel good now. And this shouldn't happen to you at all. And what we generally do is we would say wear them, for an hour the first day. After that, take them off for the bottom of your feet the next day. You should easily be able to go an hour longer than that, and by the time you're at 8 hours, you're okay. But yeah, with the arch parts. But then also they mold to your feet. Sometimes, even though it is more painful, we're not always going to say this is exact science. We know these are the ones for you. But really, if we know it's going to make a huge difference and you're really misaligned, that little extra pain really isn't a bad thing. The longer you can keep on, the more your feet are going to get used to, and the quicker they're going to mold, everything's going to turn out well. And so that's why you may get a little bit of irritation, but if your feet are already hurting and I'm jamming in something on them, they're going to hurt worse for a little bit. And so that's where most people, they get scared and they run back with their arch supports and, oh my God, these are for me, or my doctor is horrible. And so, it's all about explaining, but also sometimes trying out some little things. Like the guy I had earlier that you missed, we upgraded him from Polysorbs to Soul Customs, but the first time he came in, he brought his daughter in, and he wasn't even here for shoes or arch supports, and he is having a similar thing. One arch is falling, one arch is super strong, and so you start tipping to one side, you crush your shoe and you roll in, there goes your knees. He was having some nerve problems, so the first time he's like, I don't know, and he came back now, and he's like, there's not enough, I'm feeling great, so we got him some arches, and that's what we went with. And he wears the leather version of that shoe, and he's also German.
So there's a leather version of this shoe?
Yep. I didn't show it to you because it's actually not as good for lateral movement, especially, even if you want to start doing a little bit of jogging. This is going to be to keep everything so secure. This is going to really be the best one for you. I like the leather because it controls the foot more, but because you're, a PE teacher, I think that this is going to be better. I'll show you.
I'm not going to be jogging. No, I can't jog with my hip.
So we can try this one on too. It comes in white or black. It's a walking shoe. has this similar amount of cushioning. It just doesn't have as much lateral posting, so you are prone to possibly crushing it a little more or wearing out a little quicker. Not necessarily. It's just that it doesn't have the polyurethane. It still has the graphite. But yeah, I think the reason they don't have that is because you're not running, so it's not as much impact to the outside. So if you're walking, it should last. This is actually our #1 selling shoe, and probably, it's one of the #1 selling shoes in America in terms of walking shoes.
How much is that shoe?
$10 less. It's less because of the polyurethane. Yeah, of course. This shoe runs narrower and shorter, so we're at 10.5D. We're gonna go 11D and actually hope that it fits and that we don't have to go even wide. But yeah, just or sit tight or stroll around. Oh, I'm gonna have you take these off, and I want you to walk around. Oh, I know I can take them off though. Yeah, that's what we're here for.